Welcome to the Get It Together video series. I'm Peter Hill, the creator and founder of Get It Together, self-empowerment, self-defense, and conflict resolution programs. These programs are licensed to be taught in some of the finer martial arts schools around the United States and in other countries. The Get It concept is very simple. If we have a strong goal, then we can direct our emotions through the techniques that best fit the situations we encounter to achieve our goal. We should use all situations to work on developing our inner skills because you are your greatest asset. You can lose everything you have, but you can't lose who you are. And we want to test everything and make sure it works for us. It may work great for somebody else, but just because it works great for somebody else doesn't mean it's going to work for us. And again, that's where we all have to test everything we do and see the results of it. We want to test things in safe space, because in safe space, you can find out what doesn't work and it doesn't cost you anything. Now, the Get It program, we use a number of ideograms. Ideograms are pictures that represent abstract ideas so you can understand the energy behind the program or the concepts behind the program much clearer. The first ideogram we're going to work with is knowledge. Part of the program, we want to develop your knowledge and your power to promote harmony. Knowledge is an arrow and a mouth. Now, what we want to do is we want to think in terms of whenever we speak, our words are like arrows. They shoot people where we want them to go, they shoot them down, or they shoot them up to help empower them and to empower us as well. So when other people speak to us, we want to think in terms of where are their arrows pointing and shooting. The ideogram for power is a person. If you think of two arms here moving and flowing, a person moving forward with a loving heart that even 10 eyes can find no fault with. So true power means that we have a loving intention and we're moving forward with our techniques with that. In ancient times, this used to be an army moving forward with one heart that 10,000 people could find no fault with, because an army moving forward with that heart was moving to protect its citizenship, not to just destroy and conquer and control. Oftentimes, we think of power as having somebody's hand around somebody's neck. Again, we want to think in terms of power that people may not like what we do, they may not like what they say, but they can't find fault with our intention. And the ideogram for harmony is a grain stalk and a mouth. When you put grain into a hungry body, it produces a natural harmony or peace. Although one man's medicine is another man's poison. So it's important to realize that we all are responsible for our own harmony. We find something that works really good for us, we have a tendency to want to share that with others, but in some cases that same technique may be worthless or useless for them. So we have to encourage them to find and follow their path. When we combine the three ideograms for knowledge, power, and harmony, harmony naturally results. Again, we don't want to shoot other people where we want them to go. We want to think in terms of shooting them upwards to empower them. We want to move forward with a pure heart. And harmony, we want to let them find their own harmony their own way. We don't want to box them in which case sometimes we think of that as peace or harmony. When we box them in, they're exactly where we want them to be. Now, the next ideogram we're going to look at is the ideogram for Thai. Now, Thai oftentimes is translated as a great person. We stretch out our arms, open wide our heart, take a breath from the top of our head down into our feet, and keep our breath centered in the middle. So when we have one person centered, we have a great person. When we start getting afraid, we start acting out of fear, our breath comes up, we tighten up, we start getting all tense, and we start oftentimes doing things and saying things that we regret. The next ideogram after Thai is Chi. Chi is oftentimes translated as energy. Well, oftentimes we're looking for energy, but we want to realize that we are the energy of the universe. Energy is a person standing between heaven and earth, carving out their place in the world, symbolized by a tree, with their mouth and their hands. So true energy, we create our families, our relationships, our businesses with our energy. What we carve in the world with our actions and our words. So a great person is one who uses their energy productively to develop knowledge and power to promote harmony. The next ideogram we want to look at is Do. Oftentimes in martial arts, it's a very common word here, Taekwondo, Judo. The ideogram for Do is a path. Now that path may be fairly straight, that path may be fairly curvy and windy. Okay, it's all going to depend upon the situation that we're in. Along with path, we have a neck and we have our energy. So our energy, our neck, our head, on our path is our truth, our way. So this ideogram is way or truth or path. So when somebody asks you, what is the meaning of life? You should say, what's the meaning of your life? Because your thoughts, your philosophies, your beliefs on your path is your way, is your truth, and that's the meaning of life. The ideogram that goes along with that, which I'm going to place above this one, is the ideogram for Bu. Now Bu is oftentimes translated as military or warrior. We're going to use the term warrior. The warrior keeps the axe from falling on the spirit of the people or on your own spirit. So a good warrior is sort of a protectorate. So there's always an axe that's trying to fall on your relationships, on your businesses. There's energy behind the axe. And the warrior stands here with his arms outstretched to keep the axe from falling. So Bu Do is the way of the warrior. The way of the warrior is to develop knowledge and power to promote harmony. The way we do that is by developing ourselves into great people, into people who learn to develop our energy physically, psychologically, and emotionally to promote harmony and balance in the world. It's important as you do the different Get It programs that you, again, develop knowledge, question everything, always have a reason for what you're doing. Make sure you understand the goal, the purpose behind what you're doing. Make sure that you're moving forward to the loving intention. Always ask, what is my intention? And make sure it's promoting harmony and balance within you. You can feel that in your gut. You can feel it in your whole being. You can feel it in your relationships. And you can see it in your relationships. As you travel through the program, be patient with yourself, be patient with others, and enjoy the process. Welcome to Tai Chi Essentials Level 2 of the Get It program. Now in Tai Chi Essentials Level 1, we worked on mostly stationary postures, very little moving postures, working on expanding, contracting the body. Again, our body's like an electrical wire that can only hold so much energy. So as we expand the body more, contract it more, we learn to be able to hold more energy in the body. So in Level 2, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking what we did in Level 1 and expanding on that and do more expansion, contraction, and also do more movement as well. So as we start moving from posture to posture, we want to maintain our center, and we want to maintain control of our breath. Now this series is on the crane. We start off with the waking crane movement. The heels are together. And again, most of the time when you start, before you start, always start with the Tai Chi posture. Stretch out your arms, take a deep breath. Open wide your heart. Remember what your goal is. Stretch up and breathe out. Let your whole body sink. Do that 2-3 times before you start. Make sure you're well warmed up. The heels are together. The middle fingers touch. The arms are off the body. We have the 7 bows, just like we did in Level 1. Feet are rounded. Knees are bent. Back is arched slightly. Shoulders are rounded. Body, solar plexus is open or closed so that you can hit it. Doesn't knock the wind out of you. Again, fingers touch, arms relaxed, arms off the armpits. We breathe in, and we rise. Again, we make sure the shoulders are relaxed, you don't want them up. Breathe out, and fall. In this position, the heels are on the ground. We want the tendons to stretch and open. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Again, you can do this anywhere from 3 to 15 times. Breathe in based on your level of ability. If you've never done any of these type of moves before, 3 times is probably more than enough. It'll expand and contract the body well. Make sure you don't put any over stress on your knees. Again, relax. Follow the energy, and it's rising in expansion, and it's falling and it's contraction. A more advanced motion is as you go down, you hold the posture, and then breathe in and expand there. And breathe out and sink some more. Let those heels and tendons and ligaments all open. When you want to come out of that, come up with the wrists in your harmonizing posture. Breathe out and sink. You might do one of those, you might do two, you might do three. Again, do whatever best works for you. Next posture, heels a little bit apart. This is waking crane. Wrists come up, even with the ears. Elbows are down. Again, we have our bows. We breathe in, expand. Breathe out and sink. Palms are going out toward the wall. We pull the fingers back. Breathe in and rise. Breathe out and fall. Again, only go as low as you're comfortable, but as you get more and more relaxed, you'll be able to go lower and lower. Listen to your body. Slowly expand it. Slowly contract it. Again, 3 to 15 times. If you start at 3, build up to 5, then you go to 7, then to 9, then to 12, then to 15. Again, the purpose of these exercises is to make your body stronger and more open. Listen to where the tension and the tightness is. It'll tell you to make sure you don't overexpand your body and injure it. And you can then harmonize. Posture number 3, flying crane. Again, feet go a little wider still. Wrists come up to the shoulders. Can we breathe in, expand? Breathe out. Palms now come down to the side. Again, breathe in, wrists relax. You should always be relaxed in the motion. When you go down, even though you're relaxed, relaxing and sinking are the two most important concepts in Tai Chi. Even when you relax, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be tension in the body. In fact, there may be more tension than you've ever felt in your body before. Again, the key is to let it open and the energy to flow through it. Slowly, let your body expand, open, and close. Again, do it nice and slow, nice and easy, so you can listen to your body. You're gonna step up and harmonize. The crane is one of the best exercises to start as far as level 2 because it slowly opens up your tendons and ligaments, stretching your body out, enhancing the flow of your blood. Before you start level 2 of the deer and the bear, which actually puts a lot more tension and pressure in the body, and a lot more difficult. Movement number 4 is called crane spread swings with Bing Chi. Now Bing Chi means fire Chi. This develops a lot of heat in the body. Again, it's an expansion contraction exercise. We're going to start with the hourglass position, the arms crossed. We're going to round our shoulders so we feel as if we're pulling these arms all the way around us from the back. Heads down. We come up, arms are out, we push the sternum forward, hands back on a 45, we breathe in, we breathe out. Normally we breathe in and expand, we breathe out and contract. In this exercise we're going to reverse our breathing. So we're going to breathe in as we come down, and we're going to breathe out as we come up. Breathe in, and breathe out. In, out. Again, 3 to 15 times based on your health and what your goals are. 9 is a good number for basic health. Again, just a nice, slow, easy pattern. You might do the motion only this big in the beginning. You might be able to go all the way down into a very low posture. Again, you want to listen to your body and expand and contract it based on what it can do. Again, more of an intermediate advanced concept is to come down and hold, breathe in, breathe out and sink. Again, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And you might do one breath, you might do 2 or 3 down. Again, you have to listen to your body. And remember, your goal is to nurture and empower yourself. Again, harmonize up and breathe out. Disperse that energy. Okay, the next movement, we're actually moving into the moving postures now. This is called crane spreads wings and returns to hourglass. Again, we're going to show you this 9 times. We're going to show you the first 3 from a basic concept, the second 3 from an intermediate concept, the third 3 from an advanced concept. And you want to do the one that best fits you. We start in the hourglass position. You can step left or right, step out, heel comes up, bring the arms back on a 45 like we did in crane spreads wings with Bing Chi. Come back to center, breathe out. Step to the right, Make sure our balance is centered, and come back. So we have very small movements. Again, just to open, check our balance. Again, let the heel come up, knee down, and back. We count, this is 3, 3. So once we do it both sides, that counts as one movement. Intermediate, we're going to step out a little further, and we're going to come up on that toe and let it stretch the thigh more. And come back. Come up on the toe, stretch it out, and back. Come up, and back. Again, remember to breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Again, you might want to hold the posture, breathe in, and breathe out. You might do that for 2 or 3 counts. Back. Advanced motion, we come out further, drop the knee in, head comes back. And out. Breathe in, come out, let the knee go down, stretch the body out, come back. Again, all 3 are equally good based on your situation. Don't do an advanced motion if you're here and you're going to fall over. Again, your goal is not to injure yourself, your goal is to develop more power, more balance. Maintain your center. You're going to find when you do a lot of these, your breath's going to want to come up. If your breath comes up, you'll lose your balance. Keep your breath in your center. And again, even on these, you can take the posture and hold it. Working on getting your energy more focused. Again, then come up at the end of each posture and harmonize. Good. Stretch out those arms. Center that breath. Make sure you always remember what your intent is. Next movement is called swooping crane. Swooping crane, again, moving posture. We start from the hourglass, left hand on top, turn to our left. We breathe in, hands come up. Working on what we call the 3 powers. When it feels as if we're being pulled up, being pulled down, energy's balanced. So like a rubber ball in the middle, it's being pulled up to the ceiling, being pulled down to the floor. This position, in the beginning, you might just want to bring your wrists up. Feel as if you're being pulled up, and then come down with the heel. Breathe out, like in flying crane. Turn to the hourglass, right hand comes on top. Shift your weight to your left leg. Breathe in, come up. Again, toe might just come off the ground a little bit. As the heel comes down, the palms come down. Again, turn, breathe in. Try to bring the leg up higher. You should feel the breath as it's coming straight up and straight down. Again, turn in, breathe in, and breathe out. Come up. You might hold that posture again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, feels like you're being pulled down while you're being pulled up. Breathe in. And breathe out. See if that sink. And then come back down. Again, work this at the level where you feel comfortable. Again, you might just come toe to heel. You might come all the way up. And then back. When you finish, come back to your center, roll the hands, come up, and harmonize. Play with the movements. The next movement is called crane skims water. We start with the wrists nice and smooth, step forward, stretch out, all the way to the point where our back foot comes off the ground. Let it come back, let our right foot turn out a little bit, sit, keep our hips blocked, and then we can bring our toe up off the ground. Breathe in, expand, breathe out, contract. You know, it's the same type of movement with the harmonizing motion. So the other crane motions, wrist lead, that foot come up, and sit back. Come forward, and again, sit back. How far you come forward and let the foot come off the ground is up to you. Again, in the beginning, you might just keep it on the ground. And you might start letting it come forward and further and further. And then skim back, sit lower and lower. When you change directions, we let our body just kind of skim around the water. Turn our left foot in to the hourglass position. Let our right toe come up. Bring our right foot back. Check our balance. Step out. Again. And skim. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Again, remember to expand. You can come down lower in your posture. And breathe out. If you get close to a wall, bring one foot up. So if you're in a small area, you can still do the movements just by shifting your feet back and forth. Again, you can go lower on that front leg. You want to close, come back to your hourglass position. Step up and harmonize. Again, crane skims water. Next movement is moving crane spreads wings. This is very similar to the moving crane spreads wings that returns to hourglass. We're doing the same thing, we're just now moving. And we again use the trigram to go right, left, straight. We want to be able to walk that whole process. We start from the hourglass position, step out, expand, bring the right foot up, contract. Right now we're moving on 45-degree angles. I think we're just using a basic moving posture. Step out, expand, contract. At any point in time, again, we can go to an intermediate posture or to an advanced posture. And back, out, and back. We want to change directions. We can go to our left, back. We can go to our right, back. We're going to change angles. We use riding the Tai Chi horse from level 1, pivot, and step, back. So I just changed my angle by 45 degrees. Okay, when I want to change again, I just rotate, riding the Tai Chi horse, step out, back. A lot of these moving postures you can have a lot of fun with because you can constantly work on changing directions. You can even shift all the way around, back to your center, and start off in another direction, or finish the exercise off. And again, you can do all these from a basic level, an intermediate level, or an advanced level. Now, next movement, closing palms. We're just going to do the palm movement first. Then we're going to do it while we're walking. Right hand, palm down. Left hand, palm up. We're going to take the right hand, and we're going to let it come back. We're going to look over the shoulder. Palm is up. Left palm is up. We're going to make sure we're not leaning forward. So it's good to use a mirror for this position. Make sure our body is almost cutting right through posture. Both hands crane down. Right hand comes through the armpit. Left hand comes through the armpit. We look back over the left shoulder. Again, we don't want to lean forward. Arms up. Arm extended. This is really good for stretching out the shoulders. Twisting all these muscles through here. You may find in the beginning it almost forces you down, so if you need to, put the arm down a little lower. Again, you can use this as a standing posture, just holding the posture, breathing in and breathing out. Getting used to the motion, letting it stretch. Again, wrist, both fingers go down. Looking back over the right shoulder. Breathe in, come down. Breathe out, come up. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. We're using reverse breathing and out. Breathe in and out. Once you feel comfortable with that motion, then we'll go ahead and start doing the walking exercise with it. Now when we start doing the moving posture, we're going to first take a deep breath again, center ourselves, step forward to the left. If we start with the left, our left hand's going to go back first. And we're in this position. We want to make sure our feet are even. If your feet aren't right in front of your hips, you're going to find you're going to be wobbling. Again, right palm is up, left palm is up. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Make sure that back leg is nice and straight. Turn both hands down, step up, and as you step forward, right hand goes back, left hand goes out. Expand the body. Breathe in, start to come down, and breathe out. Turn the hands over again. Breathe in and breathe out. Turn the hands over. Breathe in and breathe out. Turn the hands over. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, opposing palms. My right leg is forward, my right hand's back. When I want to change directions, both hands come down. Turn my right foot in. Bring my hands to my center. Just rotate on the heels and go over to the left shoulder. Again, if I want to turn again, hands come down. I bring the arms opposing each other to the middle of the chest. Toe comes up. Rotate on the heel. Rotate on the heel. And look over the right shoulder. Again, turn. So we can work on just the turning motion if we want. Or we can work on the stepping motion. Again, breathe in and breathe out. And as you can see, you can also work on the stationary motion as well. Play with the movements. The more you play with them, the more diverse you are, the more creative you are, the more you're going to start understanding the energy and the energy patterns. Play with the height and the low. Those are the movements. Make up some of your own exercises and drills. That way you can find out what works best for you. Again, of each movement, breathe in and breathe out. As you get comfortable with each of the different exercises, you can eventually make up your own routine. You might do 3 of waking crane, 5 of crane opens wings, 6 or 9 of flying crane, 4 of crane spreads wings with Bing Chi. You might do 9 of crane spreads wings and returns to hourglass, or if that's a very difficult one for you, you might only do 3 of that one. Again, you can make up your own routine, just like if you're lifting weights or if you're running. In any program, you can set it so it best fits you. Because again, the purpose of the program is to help you to get it together, help to enhance your knowledge and your power so you can promote harmony within yourself, your family, and your community. In this segment, we'd like to show you a few of the applications of some of these basic essentials of Tai Chi on level 2. It's important to realize that as we learn to maintain our center and our balance and control and start directing our energy, we need to learn to do that in conjunction with other people. Because it's easy to do it with ourselves, but ultimately the concept of Tai Chi is that our energy has to move in harmony with those that are around us. And so we need to be aware of where their center is, what their goals are, where their energy is being directed, what techniques they're using, as well as our own as well. Now, first what we're going to do is we're going to show you just a basic concept of flying crane. He grabs the wrist, I bring my wrist up, and I bring my wrist down. As I bring it down, as I shift my center, I also shift his center, pulling him in with me. Again, there's no muscular tension, very important to realize that. And part of the process, we can use different stances. So I can come up higher, I start to get his energy to come up. I come lower, I bring it down more and more. It's part of the process. The lower I can go, the more I can bring him up and down. Very easy exercise. I can also employ other stances into that. I can come up again, there's my wrist movement, and then I can step back and do a different type stance. So again, we can play with the stances, play with the energy, the rising and the falling of the motion. In a basic wrist release on the inside position, again, I let my crane come up, and I let my crane come down. If you take somebody's wrist and they grab you really tightly, and you just kind of pinch your arm up and slap it, I'll tell you that isn't really that bad. It's maybe a little dull, type of dull pain. If we let the wrist relax, and we bring this arm up as this arm comes down, again, flying crane kind of concept, we let our body drop, good. You'll find it gets a lot of power very, very easily. The arm will oftentimes turn a bright red as the energy starts to pick up into that area more. Very powerful. If you apply that into the head, again, with some of your basic strikes, very, very powerful strike. Now, that's what we're going to do is we're going to show you opposing palms. Now, again, the key with all these exercises is to be creative. Okay, play different exercises. Try to look at it from different angles. Say, how can I use this motion? Okay, how can I use this motion? Okay, think, be creative. That's what we're going to do is we're going to show you opposing palms. Now, opposing palms, again, we kept bringing the wrist back and forth. We're going to show it to you as a release against a lot of different types of grabs. If the person grabs us in an arm bar behind the back, as they grab us, We're going to bring our body up. So as they're pushing up, we just let them push us up. We turn the wrist and we come out and clear. Again, we can have all different types of follow-ups, which you can create for yourself, but we want to come up, just go with the motion, go with their motion, and pose the palm out. If they have me in a wrist lock position here, and he starts to press down, as he starts to press down, I let my body go in that direction. I let my motion come back around and through. So again, if I resist him, he puts me down right away on the ground, okay? Or he throws me based on where he's going. But as he starts to go, I go with him, okay? I come back, I use my opposing palms, motion, back and forth. Or he may be placing me in a full lock. As he pushes into the body, if I resist and I'm hard and I'm young, again, he pushes me down into the ground. So as he pushes, I relax, bring my palm through, and let him come with me. From there, again, I can do a number of different follow-ups based on the situation that I'm in and based on the level of the severity of the technique I need. If I need a soft technique or a hard technique to achieve my goal of making that person respect me and bringing harmony back to the situation. So the opposing palms, we can use it against a arm lock release. We can use it as a wrist lock release. We can use it as a full lock release. It gives us a lot of options based on where we want to go with the process. Swooping crane, this is probably be a very obvious one for you. Guy grabs us, okay, we're going to bring both hands up. As we start to bring him up here, we're going to drive our knee into the groin, just keep coming on up. As we come back, grab the wrists and pull back down and in. Now from here we can either throw him as bias and float off, or we could follow up with a basic self-defense motion. Again, we're expanding the body. Whenever we're doing this motion, we want to expand what we want to hit. It's like a balloon. If it's expanded, it bursts a lot easier. If it's contracted, it's very hard to damage. So again, he grabs, we come up, we expand. Once we start to expand, then the knee comes in. Then we come around and we float back. Okay. From here, I can follow up with a kick. I can follow up with a clap. The ears, again, I can follow up with anything that my imagination allows me to in terms of the techniques that I think will best fit the situation and achieve my goal. Key thing is to remember, if you're doing the self-defense applications or self-defense techniques, make sure you practice them in safe space. Make sure you have an opponent or a partner who will help analyze the techniques for you and try to figure out everything that can go wrong with the technique. Because you want to find out everything that can go wrong in safe space instead of thinking, oh, this is a good technique, and you go out and you try to apply it, and it doesn't work because you find a situation that tool just is not good for it all. Again, so the applications, play with them, think about them, work on building your energy, and as you do the applications with somebody, try to make sure, again, watch where your breath is, watch where your muscles are. Again, you want your muscles to be relaxed, you want to relax and sink. Try to become aware of your partner's energy. Where is their energy at? Is it high, is it low? Can you direct it? Can you expand them? Can you contract them? So that way, as you become more and more familiar with understanding energy, you start getting everything together and it becomes simpler and simpler and easier and easier. In this additional section of Tai Chi Essentials Level 2, Volume 1, we're going to go through some basic standing postures. Now, standing postures are designed to help us develop lightness in our energy. You can do these after any of the Tai Chi workouts that you follow, whether it be Level 1 or Level 2 or any of the forms. First off, we want to check our 7 bows, curl the feet as if they're gripping the ground, knees out, back slightly rounded, shoulders rounded, that way again, our solar plexus is protected. We breathe in, let our hands drift up. This is a little bit like in the Essentials of Tai Chi Level 1, holding the ball or embracing the tree, the standing posture, the Wu Chi postures. We want to feel as if the arms are off the armpits, as if there's little balls underneath them. So we're holding little balls underneath our hands. Although there's no tension in the muscle, everything is relaxed. You'll feel a natural tension in the muscles, okay, and you want them to relax and stretch and open. You want to breathe in and expand, and you want to breathe out and contract. As you do this, you generally want to start off with maybe 30 seconds for each posture, then go to a minute for each posture, then a minute and a half, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, build up to as long as you'd like. Generally, there's around 7 to 15 postures that you can do. We're going to do 10 today. This one, again, the fingers are as high as the shoulders, body's relaxed. You want to breathe into the count of 10, And breathe out to the count of 10. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, as you breathe in, you expand. As you breathe out, you contract. This is called moving stillness, because even though we're still, all of our energy is moving through our body. We want to open up our muscles, our tendons and our ligaments so our blood flows more freely. We want to relax so our nervous system is more sensitive. Our intuition works more freely and clearly with what's going on around us. We turn the hands in so the palms face each other. Again, the elbows are down, shoulders relaxed. You may find your shoulders start to tense. Relax them down. Again, wherever there's any tension in the body, just let it relax and sink. Again, we want our body to learn to be very light. In the postures, again, after you get your 10 seconds in and 10 seconds out breathing, then go to 15 seconds in and 15 seconds out. And go to 20, then 30, and just keep building up. See how far you can build your endurance and the lightness of your body. You want to learn to listen to your body, listen to the pulsing in your fingertips. You'll learn to actually hear your heartbeat in this posture. Feel the heat and the coolness that moves in and around. Sometimes focus on your breathing. Shift your perception to different things. Try different stances. You might go to the hourglass position, or you might go to a wider position. You might go to a wider stance. This posture, the elbows are level, fingers don't touch. Again, relax the hands. Breathe in, expand, breathe out, and sink. Breathe in and expand, breathe out, and sink. We can also visualize the breath traveling up our spine, like in a thin straw to the top of our head. As we breathe out, we visualize it coming down our front, down our sternum, to our solar plexus, into our stomach, and then back up the back again, to the top of the head, and down. We can also use this exercise or these postures to work on our Kegels. Kegels is an exercise to work on strengthening the internal organs, both for men and women. You pull the sphincter muscle up as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, you relax it. Pull it up, as you breathe in, and you breathe out, you relax it. If you've done any Lamaze training, you'll learn about that, as well as the importance of breathing to relax and center yourself through different tension processes. Your eyes, you can pick a particular focal point on the wall to look at while you do these, or you can close your eyes to shut off the external sounds, the external noise. Try to do this in a quiet place so again you can learn to listen to your body. Hands go out, stretch those arms out. Once the arms are stretched out, relax the elbows, relax the shoulders, and sink again. You feel like you're holding two light little balls in your hands, you're just kind of sticking to your hands. And again, as you're doing this posture, you're letting your body open and be light. If you have any clogs in your posture or in your body, you'll feel very heavy and kinked up. Also, at the same time when you're doing these postures, it's a lot like the plumbing in your house. When it's clogged, there's a lot of pressure in that area, and you want it to open. Different Dao Yin and Qi Gung exercises in the Tai Chi are designed to help do that, so that you're healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically. Again, when we're moving, we want to be still, we want to be centered, and when we're still, we want to be aware that we're moving. The yin-yang cycle is always processing. Each of these postures currently we're doing about a minute for each one. Again, we do this one. Again, the arms are off the armpits, we don't want to let it sink. We want them up. You can think of a favorite poem you can recite. One of my favorites is by a Chinese poet named Wu Min. He wrote a poem called 10,000 Flowers in Spring. It's a very short poem. It goes, 10,000 flowers in spring, a cool breeze in summer, the moon in autumn, and snow in winter. If your mind is not clouded by unnecessary things, this is the best season of your life. So you take a poem and you just kind of contemplate on it. That way your body and energy can focus on different things. We're going to bring the hands down, kind of just relax, sink, and bring them back up. This time the palms are forward. We're doing the Tai Chi ideogram. Arms spread wide, heart wide open, breath centered. Let the elbows sink. In this posture, we can start changing our structure if we want. We can turn all the way around, do one of our deer postures, which we'll be learning later on. You might hold that for 30 seconds or a minute, and then pivot to the other side. Hold that. We're at different levels and different heights. Standing postures will help develop strength and fluidity in the legs and the upper body. Another posture is just to drop like the crane. Let the knees sink. Again, other side as well. We're going to reverse the hands. So the palms are now facing backward. You relax the shoulders. You're going to visualize the energy going all around your body like a bubble. This will also help you to center yourself against locks, manipulations, control holds. So everything's nice and centered. When you decide to come up, bring the arms together and sink. Do the basic Tai Chi harmonizing movement, and then come up and harmonize. We're going to show you a few applications for these standing postures, and that way you'll be able to get an idea of actually how they can actually be very practical as well. Okay, in the standing posture, what we're doing is we're learning to develop internal energy. If you remember, and if you've seen any of the self-defense tapes, sometimes we use locks. When we turn the hand from here, we reverse it. We grab the 3 fingers, we grab the hand, we crunch it, and we turn it toward the center of the body. When we do this, again, we want to point the fingers towards the center. This is a half lock. Elbows want to be in. Our body wants to be sinking back. The body naturally, very easily collapses. Very, very painful. Now, if we go and we think in terms of that standing posture we just did, and he takes a deep breath, and he lets his body sink. His hips come back slightly, his body rounds. Again, he takes another deep breath. He feels the breath come out of his arm. He visualizes the energy coming through the arm. I'm going to actually a very stronger hold on here. And I slowly start to exert pressure here. I'm actually exerting more pressure now than I was before. Again, the whole key to this process is when you first do this to somebody, be very gentle. You got to slowly build up to this. From here, we might touch the leg. He's got his standing posture down pretty well because I can hit him in the leg, I can slap him in the face, and he still doesn't drop. When you first do this to somebody and you're doing this, they get that pretty well. A low leg kick or a low leg tap will end up dropping them because their mind will go to their energy in their leg. It'll drop them here. Another thing we can do with the standing postures is it also helps us, again, if you remember we were doing rotational positions. If he puts me into a center lock position on this side, okay, I grab his wrist, he comes here. Again, I can use my standing posture to keep him from pushing me down. But let's say he starts to push my center back, I just turn my body as if I'm going to my next standing posture. So again, what I'm doing is I'm learning to, if he's putting me in a center lock, if I move my center, it's no longer a center lock, is it? And I can then roll over and use shoot the bow or any of the other postures I would like to reverse the motion. The yin-yang cycle is constantly reversing. If we understand how we can go from counter to counter, it makes us a lot of fun. Again, he learns and grows, I learn and grow, we all grow together. So we're using the ideogram. We're using our words to shoot each other upwards instead of shooting each other down or shooting where we want them to go. We're moving forward to the pure heart, and we're promoting harmony within him, we're promoting harmony within me, we're promoting harmony wherever we go. So again, as you work the standing postures, They develop a lot of internal energy. That internal energy wants to permeate your entire body. It wants to develop your intuitiveness, your sensitivity, and your ability to relax and turn and not resist movement, to be able to come in from a different angle like the yin-yang cycle. Again, as you do these processes, question everything. The more knowledge you develop, the more power you develop, the more you can promote harmony. Don't use your knowledge to justify your power over others. Again, please use it to promote harmony within yourself, within your families, within your community. Thank you again for allowing us to come and help you along your path, and enjoy the process. Welcome to the Get It Programs Tai Chi Essentials Level 2, Volume 2. In this series, we're going to be working on the deer and the bear. Now in Volume 1, we worked on the crane. The crane was to open up the body. The deer really works the legs a lot because, again, strong legs are essential to Tai Chi and to health. The bear works in developing a lot of heat, a lot of power, a lot of isometric tension and pressure. The crane, the deer, and the bear come from Hwa To's Chi Gung sets. Again, the Chi Gung, if you've been following along in the earlier tapes, literally means energy work, and Qi Gung and Tao Yin exercises that are the way of softness, getting the body to open and be more pliable, are the two major arts that comprise Tai Chi. So when you have the Qi Gung, keeping our breath centered as we move, getting our body to become more pliable and soft, when we put those two elements together, then we have the Tai Chi. Now in the deer, it's very important that you take this very slowly. If you haven't been training your legs a lot, you'll find that your legs will probably be very sore after the first day, even after the first week. So again, take it very easy. You might just stay with the beginning levels. If you've been doing some type of leg workouts, then go ahead and do the intermediate and advanced. But just listen to your body. We're going to use a mudra. Now mudra, whenever we do any of these motions here, these are mudras. A mudra just simply means a hand form or a gesture that transfers energy. So I'm sure if we think about it in our society, there's probably a few hand forms and gestures that people use every day around you that they use to transform and generate energy. We're going to use some positive ones. Again, this one here starts off. Also, we work on opening up the tendons and ligaments in the hand. We're going to step out. This is very similar to the crane. And we're going to pull the right hand back as we breathe out. Weights on the back leg, left hand's extended out. We step up. Again, we step out, stretch forward. Pull the left hand back, right leg straight, or front leg straight as we sit back on the back leg. Again, come up and plant back. If you're doing this in a small area, you can step back and step up. So the size of the room shouldn't be any hindrance or excuse for why you can't train or practice. When we want to change directions, we turn our foot in, bring the hand down, shift our weight around, bring our leg up. Again, step out. And sit back, come up, reach out, and sit back. Again, if we want to change, we can also come around to change. So you can play with the different energies. That's the basic level. Intermediate level, we come down, lower, and come up. So we sort of pull in the concept of bending the waist as we come down and stretch out. Again, weights on the back leg, front leg straight. We can bring the arm down as we turn. We can bring it around, you can come up. And the advanced level, we come all the way down, put the chest on the knee, come up, and again, sit back. Again, once we do this twice, that counts for 1 repetition. And again, you want to build up to 9 repetitions, so that would be 18 movements altogether. Again, advanced, we're just doing a larger expansion and contraction. When we finish, again, we step up and we harmonize. The grazing deer number 2, I'm going to go at this angle, give you a different view of it. We start with the same mudra again. Again, we want to pull this finger back, this finger back, this finger back. A lot of times we have a tendency to not stretch out the tendons in our hands and the muscles in our hands very much. We want to relax and sink. We're going to come out again, basic level, Instead of pulling the hand back to the shoulder, we're going to pull it down to the hip. So we should feel that we can get a little lower on this motion. We step in, breathe up, come up, sink down, and breathe out. And you can let your eyes follow the hand. Breathe in, and breathe out. Front leg is straight. In fact, that front leg is empty, so we can pick it up. Again, breathe in, and breathe out. Again, we want to shift, come up on the toe, we bring the arm around, come down, and leg up, check the balance. Intermediate level, again you come down, kind of bend the waist, and sink back. Come up, sink down, sit back. Come down, and sit back. Come down, and sit back. Advanced level, come around, come all the way down, up, and sit. Step up, come down, crunch, breathe in, and breathe out. Okay, step up, and harmonize. Now, grazing deer, the third level, third movement. Same hand form. We're going to start off this, we're just going to do this with the advanced level again, but you can do it with the basic level. Okay, coming out. Intermediate level, bending down some, or advanced level coming down all the way. Okay, we breathe in, come down, breathe in as you rise, breathe out, and bring the hand down toward the leg. Really stretching out the back of the leg. Come up, come down, breathe in as you come up, breathe out, set. So if you notice, we're doing a lot more breathing. We're breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing out. Coming up, breathing in, breathing out as we come down, contracting, breathing in as we rise, breathe out, and breathe out. Turn, come up, again, come down. Play the different movements. You know, get that image of a deer kind of grazing in a meadow. Sit. Come up. Down. Sit. Catch. And step up. And harmonize. Grazing deer basically stretches the legs out, warms up the back. Very nice exercise and precursor to the next movement, which is moving deer walks through meadow. Now, moving deer walks through meadow, this is the one that will really start working your legs. We've had bodybuilders that have done these, and they said that they didn't even get as good a workout doing squats. Now our right foot's going to step out on the basic level, hands on the hips, foot points to the right, turn our body to the right as well, so the body cuts directly through the line. Come out the left foot, turn the left foot to the left, and pivot. Our right foot comes off the ground, so when we're doing this stepping motion, our front foot's turned out, our back foot is empty, our right foot turns out, our back foot is empty again. If we turn, we just turn right in place, and again, shift the weight, back foot empty, step, turn, back foot empty. You want to first get this motion down before you start the full body motion. And again, we can turn in place as we walk. We want the motion to be very high and relaxed. Breathe and sink. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, come up. Breathe in and out. Again, pivot in place. And that's the basic motion. Step up and harmonize. So again, the hands are on the hips the entire time in the basic motion. And the next motion, we're going to still keep the hands on the hips, but now we're going to go down and up. Again, we're walking through middle. We kind of pull the chest back, but we still keep our solar plexus. Even though our chest is kind of up, we still keep our solar plexus nice and tight. Scale still kind of dropped because we always want to keep that protected. We step out, And we're going to come all the way down to where the knee touches the ground lightly. Come up. Breathe out as you go down. Breathe in as you come up. Just use your breath to help you down. Use your breath to help you up. It's a very light movement. Again, deer walking through meadow. Again, when we come up, we just pivot in place. Come back down. Again, that back leg is a little more full now, but we're still thinking most of the weight's on that front leg. Step, breathe out. Again, make sure your motion is very relaxed. We want everything to be very relaxed, very soft and fluid. Again, I can work on just turning in place. And I can go down and up in place. Again, step up and harmonize. Again, you want to build up to a minimum of 9 of those each side, which is a total of 18 movements at the beginning. You may only want to start with 2 or 3 with the high level. Now the advanced motion, we're going to pull the 3 middle fingers down, the little fingers up, the thumbs up. We're going to bring our hands back as if we're holding a staff, or our thumbs in our ears and straight out. Again, we want the solar plexus still in, even though we get sort of a barrel chest idea. We step out, we drop down, we look behind us, so we're looking right through our right hand, with the right foot up. Come up, show the body all the way to the left, hand look behind to our left. Come up with the right hand, look behind to the right. Again, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, deer have very nice, light movement. So you're going to feel light. In the beginning, you may not feel very light doing these movements. You may feel like your body weighs 100 million pounds, but as you do the motions, again, your body will get lighter and lighter. The key is to persevere. You become what you repeatedly do. Again, we breathe in and we harmonize. Again, up and we harmonize. So every day we become either lighter or we become heavier. In the Tao Te Ching, it says that at birth man is soft and supple, at his death he is hard and stiff. Therefore the disciple of life is the soft and the yielding, the disciple of death is the hard and the unbending. So what we're doing is we're focusing our mind on our goal to develop our body and make it light and open. To do that, we have to use our energy, and as we use our energy, it may be difficult in the beginning, but as you do it more and more and more, it will get easier and easier. Now the next motion is called moving deer plays in meadow. If you ever watch a deer play in meadow, and again we're going to start this with just the feet, we're going to kind of go left, right, left. Okay? So if you think about it, it's almost like we're going to walk this way, we're going to walk this way, we're going to walk this way. It's like we don't know which way we want to go. And then again we can turn and pivot through our normal moving deer's walks in meadow. Then we step right, we step left, we step right. Left, right, left. And then we're going to pivot again. Now again, this motion we start with the same first initial mudra again. You may find in the beginning your hands may cramp when you do these. If they do cramp, just shake them out. Move back into it. As you do it, they'll get more and more open, more and more loose, more and more light. Again, chest back. We step with the left foot, so if we're going to go left. Then we step with the right, so if we're going to go right. Then we step with the left. Since we step left, that's our third step. We're going to let our arms come out, and we're going to pivot all the way around to the left with the arms extended. From here, we pivot all the way back to the right, arms extended, and then come back to our original position. Our left foot's out, so we step with our other foot. Right, left, right, 3 steps. Our right foot's out, so we're going to turn to our right first. Extend the arms are level, and then pivot all the way around to the other position. Again, very important we keep our energy, our chi in our center. Then we come back again, and then again our right foot's forward, so we start with our left first. Left, right, left. We're stepping left, so we pivot left, come all the way around, and pivot right. From here we pull the hands back up. We're all ready to go back the direction we came from. Left, right, left. Intermediate level, we're going to come down, come up, pivot, and come down. Come back, left foot's forward, so we step with the opposite foot. Right, just like we're walking, left, right. Turn to the right, come all the way down, come up, and come all the way down to the left. Come back up. And again, right foot's forward, so we step left, right, left. Since we're left side back, or left side forward, we come down left side first, come all the way around, back. And we're ready to go back the other direction. That's the intermediate movement, advanced movement, left, right, left. We're going to come down, we're going to stay down. And then come back up. Right, left, right. We start getting a little more of a prance in the step. Again, right foot's down, right foot's forward, so we're going to go to the right first. And we just stay down. And then come back up. Again, left, right, left. If I want to change directions, I can do my high motion step, and then I can go back, left, right, left. And again, I can take another motion, move anywhere I want in the field, right, left, right. Ride the Tai Chi horse kind of concept. Moving your position anywhere around the trigrams. And then up and harmonize. You can breathe in and breathe out. Just as a rule of thumb, I find that when men and women do the Tai Chi, women have a tendency to do much better at the Tai Chi in the beginning than men. Because a lot of times men think, well, I need to do it longer, I need to go lower, I need to go further. And they have a tendency oftentimes to tear muscles because they don't warm them up enough. So it's very important. Don't overdo these exercises in the beginning. Build up gradually, slowly to it. If you start to feel pain, if it starts to hurt in your knees and your ligaments and your joints, back off. Don't expand or contract it so much. Again, your body's like an electrical wire. It can only hold so much energy. And when the energy becomes too much, that's when you end up having tears and you end up having problems. And the car wants to be your body's like a car, wants to be very well lubricated so it can shift and pivot very smoothly. And that's where we start getting the speed from the different motions at. Now, the next movement, after deer runs through, is the deer runs through meadow. Now, the first motion is just getting our body balanced back and forth. Our right foot's forward, our right hand comes over, our left hand comes over. It's almost like we're swimming. Right hand comes over, left hand comes over. Our right hand's out. We're taking a little step with our right foot, and we're just going to lift and touch lightly. This isn't a heavy step, it's a light step. Our right hand comes down, our left hand comes over, again, touch, light step down. Again, in the beginning, keep your leg as straight as possible. You might only come up very low, but your body will slowly open up. You want to sort of feel as if you're pushing your hips back and in. On the deer motions, one of the things that I failed to mention earlier was that when you're coming down some of these motions, you want to sort of feel like you're pushing your hips back and into a seat. Okay, same thing with the deer as well. You kind of push the hips back into the seat. So the hands come over, catch. Very light motion. Again, I just turn around, and I'm ready to go back the other direction. Okay, I'm using my riding the Tai Chi horse concept from Essentials Level 1. It's very light. Again, as the deer runs through a meadow or prances through a meadow, it's very light and airy. It's a basic motion. Take your time doing it. Movement number 2, okay, deer runs through meadow. We're just going to use the same motion. We're going to bring our hands sideways now. So our hands are going to be open the entire time. Our right foot's back. So we're going to bring our left hand to meet our right foot. So it comes here. Almost like we're doing when we're playing the middle and rotating our body around. Our right foot's forward, right hand's back. We take a little step with the right foot. Left foot comes through. Again, very light motion. That front foot is empty. The back leg is full. Again, same concept. Comes back. Nice light motion. Comes back. Comes back. Comes back. Pivot. And come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Back to center. Up. And harmonize. Again, up. And harmonize. Next movement. Okay, we're going to actually do a little deer jump. Okay, our right foot's forward, right hand's out. We're going to take a little step, and we're going to breathe in as we rise. Our foot's going to come up, If you watch his back heel, it's going to come off the ground just a little bit. The hand comes down, the other hand comes up. We take a little step with the left foot. We breathe in, comes forward. Toes are pointing up in the air. The hand comes down, breathe in, foot comes up in the air. Can we turn? Take a little step, breathe in, foot comes again. If this motion is too difficult, do the other motions until you start getting more lightness in the body. This one will become easier and easier. Again, I can do it this way, where my hand comes and touches the foot at the center. This is good for coordination and balance. Again, just like the deer, we want to think light, as if we're running through the meadow. Very slow at this point. Just breathe in and breathe out and harmonize. In the next movement, the advanced deer runs through meadow. All we're going to do is we're going to literally just go a little quicker with the motion. We can cover a lot of distance very quickly. So I'm just going to go 2-3 steps. Although you're going to find 2-3 steps really can move you quite far. Bring the right hand over, kind of sink, breathe in, hand. 1, 2. Actually, I guess we'll go 2 steps. Okay? And coming back, again, very light. 1, 2. You can see you can cover a lot of distance very quickly. We feel light, we expand, we feel that energy drawing us as if we're being pulled, we're running, we're leaping. Again, very lightness in the deer steps, the deer movements. Again, 1, 2. We can go more up, or we can go more forward and out. So again, we feel like we're being pulled across. Again, we breathe in, and we breathe out. To harmonize at the end of each movement, and sink. And you're going to find it develops a lot of heat in the body. In the beginning, make sure you drink lots of fluids. Generally, in the Tai Chi and the Dao Yun and the Chi Gung, we're going to get our body to be light. So we want to eat light foods. If we want to be light, we want to drink lots of water, and we want to think positive thoughts. So again, we're getting it together on all different levels in our diet, in our thought, in our rest, in our exercise, not just in our breath and our movement, not just in a specific area, and just be really good in this area, but let all the other areas fall apart. Again, we want to promote harmony and balance in all areas of our life, not just in one here or one there. Again, we want to get it together. We want to get the hard and the soft, our intellectual side and our physical side and our emotional side, all to lock together to work towards one goal, so we can direct our energy and be passionate about life through our techniques that fit the situation we encounter to achieve our goal. Again, remember to constantly work on developing your inner skills and test everything that you do. Make sure it promotes harmony in your life. Use the ideograms. In the application section of the deer, what we're going to do is we're going to show you some of the basic movements that you did in the deer motions and show you how you can apply those in self-defense situations. Again, for the most part, these are not basic self-defense techniques. If you want good basic self-defense, you should get the Get It self-defense series. Now, the first motion we're going to do is we have the basic grazing deer at the different levels. If you'll notice, one of the neat things about this motion is this can come right up the body. And again, we oftentimes do this as we bring our hands up. So the person comes in to grab us, either one hand or two hands. We slip right up the body, and these two fingers fit nicely right into the eyes. Now, you may find that you may think that, gosh, I'm only 120 pounds, and here's this 265 guy that wants to throw me, or wants to grab me, or if I get in a situation with them, there's no way I could throw them or get them off of us. And that might be true if we come in here and we try to grab them, we try to wrestle them, they're struggling. But if we just come up and put these two fingers in the eyes, do these two fingers in the eyes, all of a sudden we find that we can throw the person very easily. Okay, the trick is, again, just like in the deer, to run over them, to move through them. So the person grabs us. Again, instead of staying here and struggling, we turn our body, come right at the middle, come into the eyes, step through, and come straight down. If you notice here, he's going to sit right on my knee as he comes down, and I can slap right into the groin, which is our basic grazing deer number 3. So again, to show that to you from a different angle, again, he comes in and he grabs, I turn my body sideways, I come right up, and again, even as I'm doing my initial grazing motion, I can come up through the groin. Come up, Come into the eyes. As I come into the eyes, I push back. I step in. As I step in, I try to catch the knee on the groin if I can. I just take them right on down, and I slap, making sure this hand catches that leg, making sure it doesn't come up and hit me in the head as it comes down in my motion. Okay. If for some reason I have a real aversion to the eyes, well, that's okay, because if I don't like the eyes, again, we can use anything down the center line. As he grabs, again, I come up, I slap through the groin with my initial motion up, and as I get to the throat, I come into the throat. Okay. On the throat here, I want to use right above the sternum into the sternal notch. I want to push down. As I start to push down, you're going to see he's going to start to go down. Okay. And again, I step in. I want to brush this leg, catch him on my knee here, in the groin, come on down, boom. Now this one I can again slap the groin, or I can ride him in. I could have ridden him all the way in and did a 2-finger choke down into the body. So I'm dropping into the groin, choking out at the same time, and then again I move off. Those are all basic applications of grazing deer. Okay, can be different postures. You see some of these in the Tai Chi. I just slap through, and then again I come down in this position. Next one I was going to show you is deer walks through meadow. Somebody grabs from behind. Again, it could be a 1 or 2-hand grab. In base self-defense, we're going to move off the line laterally. Okay. If it was a weak grab, they would just stay where they're at. If it's a stronger grab, they'll go flying. If we apply the deer motion, though, we stay in the same position. We drop and we sink, bringing the arm around to throw them off. From here again, we hit, okay, or we move into our next posture, whatever kind of follow-up we'd like. If we want to use the deer plays in meadow, then what we're going to do is we're going to come above that arm, and the arm just comes right above the arm, hits them right in the throat. Okay. Again, we're hitting with the bone structure. If you take a human bone, take it out of the arm, take the ulna out of the arm, take the radial out of the arm, take the ulna out, and hit somebody with it, it's very powerful. But you put it in the arm, put muscles and tendons and ligaments around it, and you tense it all up, and then all of a sudden, there's no power there whatsoever. So again, when he grabs, I come right, and then I come left, and I just keep running. Very nice motion. Again, a lot of times you'll see in football, a good running back, he'll run right, he'll run left, he'll fake. So he tries to fake him out. Well, if he grabs my wrist and I start to run, and he pulls me back, I run back through him. Okay, I want to run back through him. A deer, just think of a deer running over somebody. Just run right through him, run past him. Okay, and as you run past him, just swing those arms back and forth, play through that middle. It doesn't matter if you hit here, doesn't matter if you hit here, doesn't matter if you hit here. The main thing is to hit, run over, break their bounce. Just like a deer, visualize a deer running through the middle, playing in the middle. He grabs the wrist again from here. I can come over the top. Here's 1, and here's 2. See? Again, basic deer plays in meadow. Again, we're playing with the energy of the motion. Another application, same thing again from the rear choke. I come over the top. He's got a nice tight hold. Instead of coming through his head, I want to be a little nicer to him. So I'm going to come above the head, and then I'm going to come back this way on the arm, pulling him around for a possible throw into a wall, throw into another area. Again, the key, if I'm not centered, I'm going to go flying with him. Next, deer runs through meadow. Deer runs through meadow. Even though we're doing it with all of this, we can also apply it with knees, palms, okay? So, again, whatever the situation is, maybe he's grabbed me on the shoulder. I start to move away, he grabs me tight, he pulls me back in. I run through him, and I continue my motion through. Or, in this position, I need to go through him, so as I need to go through him, he's preventing my leaving a particular area, and I have the right to use a more serious level of force. I just move right in, bam, I hit low, hit high simultaneously, and again, I just walk right through, run right by. So again, I'm using the running deer concept. With the running deer concept, again, I might go on the leg, I might go on the shin, okay? As I usually go low, I go high simultaneously. I can actually use this from a closer range. He grabs me here, and again, I come 1, opposite, or 2, opposite, or I can be in closer, 3. Again, I'm going to run over him. By running over him, I'm collapsing his structure, and again, the key is apply the Get It acronym. If you don't have a clear goal, and you're not passionate about yourself, about your own life, then your techniques aren't going to do any good. Some people will say, well, gosh, Peter Hill, why do you teach these applications? I thought Tai Chi was just for health. And I respond that Tai Chi is just for health, and these applications are for health as well, because getting beat up is very unhealthy. Getting beat up is unhealthy psychologically, it's unhealthy emotionally, it's unhealthy physically. And at the same time, it has a tendency to spread lots of bad energy. You don't really create a lot of good things in the world. When you feel bad, you feel terrible. Again, it'd be a lot better to feel bad that you had to teach this person to respect you when he's 25 than to feel bad that you didn't teach him and he learned that he could do whatever he wanted. He learned that he could treat you badly and you helped him to create a nastier world to live in instead of a better world to live in. Again, play with the techniques, play with the energy, and enjoy the process. In this movement, in this series of movements, we're going to be doing the bear. The bear develops a lot of heat in the body. It's a very powerful animal. So the crane was working on lightness and fluidity, getting the body to open and stretch. The deer worked on up and down, lightness in the legs and the movement. The bear works on power, a more isometric power. Our mudra for the bear initially is going to be the fingers pulled down, thumb in. You're going to automatically feel tension in the hands, but again, you want to stay relaxed. Toes go out, heels go out, toes go out. We reach up with the arms and we sink down. Feel the breath coming down through your tailbone. Bring the hands back up and sit back on your haunches like a bear. Okay, pushing the chest out. We're going to sink down, turn to our left, make sure our knees don't collapse in, and look behind us as we breathe out. We breathe in, we come up, we breathe out, and we look back. We breathe in and come up, breathe out, and look back. Our knees are going out as we're turning our body. Breathe out and look back. Breathe in, breathe out strong. Breathe in, breathe out strong. Again, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you did the Tai Chi Essentials Level 1, you're going to notice this looks a lot like the Ritting posture of the Essentials. Okay, we breathe in and breathe out. Doing one on each side counts as 1 rep. And again, you want to build up to 9 movements on each side minimum. But again, start with whatever's comfortable. This will really charge the body. Come up and harmonize. Again, up and harmonize. Relax and sink. Let the breath go all the way through the body. Stationary bear movement number 2. Again, toes out, heels out, toes out. Come up. This time come from the toes. Sink. Come up and sit back. This time as you turn, again, you might start to the right your first time. As you turn and sink, extend the right hand all the way up. Bring it back and extend it straight behind you. Again, up and down, up and down. This puts a lot of pressure on the body, so breathe out strong. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in. Make sure, again, don't overdo it. Don't hyperventilate. Take your time. Again, every time you breathe out, feel as if your breath is going through your tailbone into the floor. You'll feel a lot of tension in the body, even though you're relaxed. Again, breathe in and breathe out. We're going to do this opening movement, a little bit more of an advanced concept. Toes out, heels out, toes out. Jump, come down. Up, set. From here, we're going to turn and we're going to press down. Come up, turn, 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 press down. Again, feel the breath going out the tailbone. Make sure, or feels this going out the tailbone. Make sure your legs don't collapse in. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, rise and fall, relax and sink. So as you come down deep, and come up and harmonize. Step up and harmonize. Always use the harmonizing motion to disperse the energy that you built up through the first processes. Now, next motion is called rocking the cub. With rocking the cub, we can start with the first motion. Again, you can do it the basic way. You keep the legs straight, or you can do it the intermediate way, just a little quicker. Come up on the toes, sink, go with the body relax, or you can do it the advanced way. Come out, think light, let the body shoot up. And rocking the cub, we're going to come to our left. This is a dispersal, just to kind of let the legs relax and open. Legs relax and open. Kind of give them a break after the first three stationary postures. If you don't need to give them a break, if you don't need to get rid of that tension in the body, you can relax and just develop the fluidness and the motion. Then just rock the cub a little lower. Come down and up. Come down and up. Down. Very fluid. Very good for the lower back. When you go down low, come up. Again, back and forth, nice and easy. Breathe in and out. Nice and rhythmically. And then come back up to center. And harmonize. Get up. And harmonize. Make sure whenever you're doing these exercises, if you feel like you need to take a break and get a drink, make sure you do that. Listen to your body. Very important. Most important process. Don't focus expressly on the technique. Focus on the goal. Technique is just a way of achieving the goal and enhancing your power and your energy. Now, next movement, pressing bear. We have 2 pressing bear movements. Again, we start off, initial motion, come up, sink, come up. We're going to come up and turn, come up on our hind leg, good, like this, or you can keep the foot down if you have trouble with your balance still at this point in time. As we come out, we're going to straighten the back leg, press forward, elbows are on slight angles if we're wedging, and breathe out. Turn as if we're riding a Tai Chi horse. Come up, again on the back leg, step forward and wedge, and breathe out. Just like riding a Tai Chi horse, the foot comes in, as the body comes around, come up, and wedge. Come around, come up, and wedge. Come around, up, and wedge. Come around, up, and wedge. Just like a bear, coming around, checking, coming up on his hind legs to get his chest out, pressing forward. Again, you can come with just a basic press, just to here, or you can come with an extended press, all the way to here, or anything in between. It's all up to you. Again, depending upon what your body will allow you to do. You come back to the center, harmonize. Come up, and relax, and sink. That's pressing bear number 1. Pressing bear number 2. Again, hands come out. 1, 2, 3. Up, catch. Up, drop. Come up just like before. This time, instead of putting our weight on our front leg, we're going to put our weight on our back leg and sink. Same wedge motion. Pivot. Come up. Float on the back legs if we're pushing our rear into a tree. Come up and sink. Again, keep the wedge. Turn up. Again, you can do different levels of motion. You can come to a higher movement at first in the beginning. It's nice and soft and easy. Or you can go to an extended motion. Or anything in between. It's all going to be based on your body, what it's capable of doing. Again, be patient with yourself. 1,000-mile journey starts with 1 step, and it's done 1 step at a time. That's why it's important to enjoy the process. You become what you repeatedly do. So if you look at yourself, what you've created in the world with your energy, with your actions and your words, what you've carved in the world, you can carve new things. You don't have to keep carving the same path that you've carved out at this point in time. The next motion is embracing bear. Embracing bear, we're trying to sort of go on 45 is what we did, moving crane. Spreads wings. Again, we can start with the opening movement. or you can just go right into the embracing bear. We come up, we're going to come out. Again, sort of like the pressing bear, our back leg is straight. We're going to wrap our hands so we kind of round our back, stretching the muscles all around the lats. Come to the other side, come up. Again, as if we're standing up on our haunches, come out, round that body, come up, open that chest is a lot like moving crane. Just different energy type. Up and out. If your balance is still poor, just come up and out. Then we want to switch directions. We just ride the Tai Chi horse to whatever position we want to go to. Bring the foot up and come out. And again, we can go in extended movement. Come up and out. Come up and out. Come up and out. Pivot around. Again, using the right of the Tai Chi horse. Up and harmonize. Again, up and harmonize. Again, that is embracing bear. Next movement is bear rubs tree. In this motion, we're going to sort of feel like we're stepping in, putting our back up against the tree, really stretching this leg out, rubbing our back all along the tree. Again, put the back in there against the tree, rub it all the way up. You notice this may look a little bit like the Hwa To exercise in the Dao Yin movements. Go ahead and bring the arm over, like rolling ball, come back, okay? Or we can just bring the arm in along the tree. Play with the energy. Don't lock yourself in to a specific movements and think, oh no, I have to do the technique this way. When you lock yourself into doing the technique in specific ways, a lot of time that causes more stress and tension in the body than it relieves. And again, the whole goal of the exercise is to release stress and tension, to relax. To move you into a different world, to build your energy, to make it lighter, more fluid. Again, step up and harmonize. The next movement, climbing bear. On climbing bear, first off, we're going to do this as an isometric tension exercise from just a standing posture. We'll bring one hand down, one hand up. We sort of push our chest together, relax, turn the hands over, breathe in and breathe out. We breathe in and breathe out. We can go to an hourglass position, relax, breathe out, which is a closed gait, or we can breathe in and go to an open gait with the knees out. Again, we still want to press the chest together in the center, regardless of which way we move. After you feel comfortable with the isometric tension and climbing bear, but again, even though it's isometric tension, you still want to feel relaxed. So again, even though there's isometric tension, our body's relaxed, we're not tensing up and getting all stressed and locked up. Now with climbing bear, we're going to step forward with the right foot and come up with the right hand. Come down and up. If you notice, this may look a little bit like opposing palms in its stepping motions. When we want to change directions, we just turn. Climb back in the opposite direction. And the bear builds up a lot of heat in the body. If we do it with the back hand, and all of a sudden we're doing it this way, is that wrong? No. You want to play with the energy. Again, the key to all the postures is play with the energy. Try the different movements and have fun with the process. Again, come up and harmonize. The last movement of the bear is rolling bear. This is a dispersal type exercise. With the rolling bear, we're going to sort of combine rolling the ball. So we're holding the ball, we kind of roll through the grass. We step with our right foot. We step behind with our left foot, and we come up. Relax the hands, hold the ball, roll left foot, back with the right, and up. Again, hold the ball, roll should be very nice, relaxed. And again, you can even, don't put any tension in it at all, just relax. Step with the left, step behind with the right, and come up. Again, roll and catch. Roll and catch. You can also roll more than once. I'm going to just show you from this angle first. Roll and catch. And roll, catch. We can also come with the right foot, with the left foot, with the right foot, left foot, catch. Come from the other direction, left foot, front, right foot behind, just rolling, left foot, right foot, catch. Becomes a very fluid, easy process. Nice dispersal activity. You come with the opposite hand, that's okay. Again, enjoy the process. Use it to open the body up. Come up. And harmonize. Again, up. And harmonize. Very important to realize that all the postures, whether it be the crane, the deer, the bear, they have basic levels to them, intermediate levels to them, advanced levels to them. Again, you want to do the level that best works for you. If you're at the beginning level, enjoy being at the beginning level. Enjoy watching your body open slowly. If you're at an intermediate level, enjoy the intermediate level. And don't forget to do the basic level sometimes to get back to just let your body, don't put a lot of stress on your body in the beginning. Let it slowly open up to that intermediate level. Some days you get out of bed and you jump out of bed and boy, you're just light and fluid and airy. Other days you get out of bed and you're hard and you're stiff and you're walking like this. Okay? So one day, even though you might be at an intermediate or advanced level, the beginning level may be good for you. And again, if you're at the beginning level, make sure that you listen to your body and don't overdo it. Again, move one step at a time. Enjoy the process. Pay attention to trifles. Let your body slowly open. Keep positive thoughts. Get it together in all areas of your life. Not just your physical, work on your mental and your emotional as well. In the bear applications, again, the bear is a very powerful animal, so we want to feel the spirit of the bear. And we want to feel the spirit of the deer when we do the deer movements. We want to feel that lightness. We want to feel the elegance of the crane. So that way we can shift our perception and look at the world with different eyes. The world will always be new to us. Now, in the bear, the first application we're going to show is a two-hand grab or a two-hand choke. And what we're going to do is we're going to come right up through the body, just like the first part of the motion. Boom. I come up. As I come up, I want to try to get my thumbs into the eyes if I can. Again, if I have an aversion, if you have an aversion to putting your thumbs in somebody's eyes, please try to get a flick through the face. I'm going to come down on the hair, the ears, the shoulder, and I'm going to, if you remember in the application, we're going to jump out, jump up, jump back, and pull the head down right into the ground. Okay, so if you remember, we had this little up, down, all the way in. Okay. So as the person grabs for us, boom, we flick up, grab, jump, bam, and drive him head right into the ground. Okay? Very, very powerful motion. Again, if there's a car here, we might jump and throw the head into the car. Okay, and again, we may need to follow up. Some people have very hard heads. Okay, and they don't take no very easily because they may have a very strong goal and they may be very passionate about achieving it. And even though they may have good techniques or bad techniques, but a person who has a lot of passion and has a strong goal will generally overcome somebody who has very good techniques, but no goal and no passion. Now, next motion we're going to show you is the pressing bear. Again, we're going to show you this against a two-hand push. As he comes to push, we're going to wedge in. And we're going to step in through his structure and just drive him back. The neat thing about the head is wherever the head goes, the body goes. So this chin, when it goes back, even though the hips may continue to come forward, it's eventually going to fall back on itself. So in pressing bear again, we're moving in, we're moving through a structure. So it comes to the push, boom, we come right through, striking in. You can see how the eyes are right here. You can see where my knee's at. It's right in his groin as I'm coming down. Again, I take him all the way to the ground. Just like a bear, I might drive him and ride him all the way down and in. If I'm that flexible, I can do that. If I'm not, I just have to be able to throw him away from me. We also had the bear, pressing bear, where he was pushing in on us. Imagine you're up against a car or against a wall, and the person is pushing you into something. As they push you into it, you'll notice a good boxer will always throw his hips back and in. That way, as the person comes on in, they've got the drive and they've got the motion to come down and into the body again. We can throw them down and into the ground. So again, push your hips back and things. Instead of hitting walls like this, having your whole body wide open, when you start to lose your balance back, work on shifting your hips back and then closing your center, getting your arms out there, and then you can propel yourself back off of the process, back off of the movement. So we have also the stationary bears. Again, the stationary bears, we're pushing down, pushing back. We have a lot of different options for those. Good defenses against the bear hug. Okay, puts us in the bear hug from behind. I want to sink, turn my body, and I want to push down, come up, grab, turn, throw. Now that would be a very advanced bear hug type movement. When we go down, turn, come up and throw, we have to have a lot of strength, a lot of power. If you want good basic bear hug defenses, again, go to the Get It self-defense chart. Next what we're going to do is we're going to do a basic climbing bear technique. In this motion, climbing bear comes up, okay? So again, he grabs the shoulder, I come down the arm here, come up into the groin here, and just follow my path on up, turn it, and come down. Again, the head, 1/8 the body weight generally. As it comes down, he comes down to the ground, slam the head into the ground. So come up, just slap up through the groin, come down through the head. Again, we can do that offensively. He could be in our face, come up, slap, do the low pattern horse, slap through the groin, come up. Right as it comes up, his head's generally coming forward, right into our hand, head goes over the shoulder, step behind him as we're walking, right into the ground with the process. Again, these different movements, play with them, look at them from as many different sides as possible, test them in a safe space, test them against people larger than you, test them against people smaller than you, test them against people stronger than you, test them against people weaker than you. The more you test it, the better you're going to get. Techniques, being a good martial artist is like being a good mechanic. A good mechanic works on lots of cars, he reads lots of situations. When he goes to work on a car, he doesn't grab out a tool and say, I'm going to use this tool. He goes and he reads the situation first, then he goes back and he gets the tool that best fits the situation to achieve the goal. Very important, we're developing knowledge and power in a lot of areas. We're developing it to promote harmony in every situation we can, so we get it together, both within ourselves, within our families, in our communities, and the world. Okay, we'd like to thank you for allowing us to come in to your households, into your dojos, and being a part of your path. Enjoy the process, and hopefully we'll see you at some point in time.